Why do we accept what we're given? What if everything we know is backwards? Ask the hard questions.
Why do we call it government when it's people controlling people? Why do we accept the system when the system treats us unequal? How many more will fill the prisons while the real criminals walk free? Why do we fund more detention centers than universities? What's the point of education when the textbooks teach us lies? Why do poor kids go to war while rich kids theorize? How do churches run like corporations seeking profits over souls? Why do corporations run like churches preaching while they steal our gold? What happened to the neighborhood when neighbors became strangers? Why do we fear our own communities and treat each other like dangers? How many single mothers struggling while the fathers disappear? Why do we blame the symptoms when the cause is crystal clear? When did success become about stepping on your brother's back? Why do we compete for scraps while they control the entire stack? What would happen if we questioned every rule they ever made? Why do we keep paying debts that others have already paid? Invested.
My people build with my people,
Plant
seeds with my people, succeed with my people, grow with my people, flow with my people, own something real with my people.
That's investing in the future.
My people build with my people, plant seeds with my people, succeed with my people, know my people, show my people.
We can control our destiny, that's the power of the local. 2 million locked away, that's more than China with 4 times our population. Why do we fund incarceration over education and innovation? How many kids will never see their fathers cause the system broke the home? Why do we criminalize the poor and let the wealthy roam? What's the logic in a world where medicine costs more than poison? Why do we treat healthcare like privilege instead of basic human rights? How many homeless veterans while billions fund unnecessary fights? Why do we have food deserts in the richest nation ever known? What's the sense in empty houses when so many have no homes? How did mental health become a crime instead of medical concern? Why do we build more prisons when there's so much we can learn from every other nation doing better with much less? Why do we accept this chaos and call it success? What would change if we stopped asking for permission to be free? Why do we beg for basic rights that should belong to you and me? How much longer will we tolerate the lies they tell us daily? When will we realize they need us more than we need them, really? Investing in the future.
My people build with my people, plant seeds with my people, succeed with my people, know my people, show my people.
We can control our destiny, that's the power of the local. Involve yourself, revolve around your community. Solve yourself of this systematic scrutiny. Involve yourself, revolve around what matters. Absolve yourself, break free from mental shackles. Involve yourself, revolve around your people. Absolve yourself, we are the sequel to every revolution that came before us. They ignore us cause they know we got the chorus that could change the world if we would just sing together instead of letting them divide us with their mental weather. Why don't we start our own banks instead of feeding theirs? What if we grew our own food instead of eating theirs? How about we teach our own kids instead of trusting theirs? Why don't we build our own communities and show them that we care? What would happen if we stopped consuming and started creating? Why do we keep participating in our own self-hating? How much power will we have if we just work together? What storms could we weather with collective endeavor? Why do we think we're powerless when history shows different? What movements changed the world when the people were persistent? How many times have they told us that change was impossible? Why do we listen to their limits when our potential's unstoppable? What legacy will we leave for the children coming after? When we accept their tragedy, when we can write our own chapter? How do we start the healing from centuries of division? When do we stop appealing and start making our own decisions? The questions lead to answers when we ask them together. The system only works when we work for each other. Community over competition, connection over division. The people have the power, always have. The question is, what will we do with it?